Hey folks, I've been a bit lax on the old videos these past few days since Friday, but yesterday I was going to do a recap of the weekend and then basically had such a weird rubbish day that I thought, you know what, I don't want to whinge all day. But starting at Friday, we had quite a good weekend. On my way home, I rang to see how everyone was getting on. I always ring Claire when I'm driving back just to chat with her about her day, because Friday's a day off, just see how the kids are getting on or whatever. It's better than listening to music or drive time. And Emily and her were in the middle of a war about what Emily was going to wear to a neon glow party she was going to. She wanted to wear something like a black t-shirt and a black skirt, and we were saying, it's a neon party, you'll just be invisible. Or worse, I remembered, she'd be covered in dust. The amount of times I used to go to clubs when I was younger and I'd wear a black t-shirt and black trousers, the neon light, the black lights would come on and all the dust or washing powder on my top would suddenly start glittering like I was wearing either a shining top or just a really dusty one. And it'd always be a bit embarrassing just seeing all the little dots all over myself and thinking, oh God, I really need to buy a better detergent. So I warded Emily off from that. By the time I got home, she was in full-blown war mode where she was insisting one top matched and Claire was saying it didn't look right, and this other top matched and Emily was saying it didn't match. So I sort of interjected and had a chat with her and tried to just tell her a few stories like I do, and eventually she remembered she had a dress with loads of flowers and birds or something on it. I can't remember now, but she wasn't 100% certain that it was neon, that it would glow in under the black lights. So I remembered that a long time ago I saw a video that said you could use tape and Sharpies, I think it was, it was, to cover your phone light, and basically you could then turn the light on and have a dark room and anything that was neon would glow. So I went and found our Sharpie set. We've got like a pack of Sharpies that we got in some sale, and I needed a normal sort of, like, imagine a Bic colour blue, the Bic pen, that kind of dark blue, and a purple, and you had to do like a layer. You had to put some tape down, colour the over the light but on the tape in blue, let it dry, put another layer down, colour that in blue, let it dry, put another layer down, colour that in purple, and then stick some tape over just to protect it. I then turned all the lights off, said, come in here, I turned it on, and her dress just lit up with all these cool neon birds, I think it was, and it looked awesome. It looked really cool, and she was amazed I'd done it on my phone. So she said, can I do it on her phone? So I was like, yeah, get it. And I did the same thing, and then she's walking around just neon, looking at everything. She took it to the party with her, and her friends were amazed. They all wanted to know how she did it, and I thought, that's awesome. I used a bit of science, a bit of knowledge from a YouTube video, and she come back all buzzing that everyone thought it was really cool and that they liked her dress glowing in the dark. So I felt like a good dad then. I felt quite pleased with myself. That night we did the podcast, so we were just usual talking nonsense stuff. Love doing that. We've been experimenting with it a bit lately, like trying to level it up a bit, putting ads in there so we can start funding it a bit, doing better with it. It seems to be working all right. It's quite exciting. I'm surprised we didn't do that a long time ago. We really should have done it a long time ago, but none of us knew whether pressing the button did anything bad or good, and Kev pressed it because he's curious, and it seems to have worked well, so good on him. What did we do Saturday? I ended up having a day with the boys. It's Claire's birthday on Monday, the 18th, and I you know what I'm like, I struggle to pick presents for myself, for other people, whatever. Claire's used to it now, so she said she'd like to get her nails done and have a massage, so she's going to do that sometime next week. I'm just paying for it, that's fine. And she went on a bit of a shop with Emily. They went and bought some clothes together. They went to like Next and H&M and all that sort of stuff. The stuff that would have driven me and Ollie and Ben completely bananas. It was quite funny thinking, I'm going to spend the morning with the boys, but we basically, I think, drove to a couple of Pokemon gyms so that I could do my thing, while Ollie sat in the back playing Pokemon Let's Go on his new Switch, and Ben just sat there babbling and singing and pointing at anything out the window. So we drove around for a bit. We come back. We were chilling out. It's been quite easy with them, really. They relax really well for me. They just play up for Claire, which is really unfair. Not because Claire's not controlling them. They definitely act up when they're with their mum and they're relaxed with her or whatever. It's like they let their guard down and they become a bit cheekier. That's our evidence later on in her tale. A Sunday, I think I just slept all day pretty much. I was completely out of it. I don't know if like the end of the bug hit me or what, but there was a point where Claire was out here. What was she doing? She was doing something with them. They were all like working on different things. They were like little projects. Ben was colouring in. Ollie was building something. Claire was building something. Emily was painting something or whatever. They were having their nice little family moment while I was just on the sofa, completely out of it like that, just dead to the world. I felt better for it after it all. I think by the time they went to bed, I'd woken up. It's a good job I did, really, because then Sunday night, and where are we? We're Tuesday, so Sunday night. We went upstairs, realised that Ben had been in our room earlier in the evening with a drink while they were doing something. I think Claire was putting him to bed. It spilled a drink all over our bed. So Claire had gone upstairs at like 10. I'd come up a bit later because I'd been watching telly or whatever. And when I come up, she was there. I thought she was drying her hair. And I went in, I was like, what are you doing? And she was just drying the bed. I thought, this has been on for ages. How long has she been doing this? I thought she was just drying her hair. And it turns out Ben had spilt some like orange juice or something all over the bed in like the afternoon, and we hadn't realised. And so she was just there. And she just finished, and I said, you could have just slept on my side and I'd have slept downstairs. And she gave me a look of like, where were you half an hour ago? She'd just been there. The whole room was so hot from her just holding the hairdryer over the patch. But we finally... she was comfortable with the fact it wasn't that damp, and we both went to bed, and I couldn't get to sleep. I think because I slept all day, I was just lounging around in bed thinking I can't get to sleep, and it was about 1 o'clock by the time I'd started drifting off. And then 3 o'clock, Ben woke up, and he literally cried for the next, like, at least the next hour and a half. It was just absolutely non-stop, and we were taking it in turns to get up. I rather cynically kept thinking, out of the two of us, Claire gets sick pay, or like pay for being off with the kids and all that kind of thing. I don't. So I was kind of like, if the worst comes to the worst, you're having the all-nighter, I'll sleep through it because I have to go earn the money because I can't have it any other way. That sounds really awful, but that is just the only... I was like, that's the justification I'm sticking with. I know it suits me. If I got paid for being off, then it would be fairer. She also has the flexibility of working from home. I don't just mean she'd be off. God, my nose is itchy. I feel like I'm being really dodgy. I feel like, she has the flexibility of being able to work from home, whereas I don't. So it's kind of like I don't want to, jeopardize it. But Monday morning we woke up and yesterday morning I was just dead. I was so tired. I said to her, I'm really worried about driving in, and I basically said it to her. Went out the door, got in the car, drove around the corner, and I was just thinking to myself, suddenly I slammed the brakes on because this woman had come out of the roundabout to my right, and I was just in my own world. And I thought, I sort of said, really sorry. And the woman just was completely deadpan, didn't call me anything, didn't tell me off, just deadpan stared at me and then carried on. And I just thought, oh no. The whole day I just felt like a complete drone, just bobbing along, completely out of it. Claire was messaging me. I'm just trying to think, there was other stuff going on. Oh yeah, I know it happened. So she's texting me throughout the day. She's asking whether I think we're cursed. Have we upset anyone? Is it karma? I'm insisting that it's not karma. We haven't done anything wrong. The world is fine. The world's not out to get us. No one's out to get us. It's all good. And then we had a guest in at work who ordered us some lunch. And I love it when that happens. We always order from the same sandwich place in Peterborough. They always bring out these amazing subs. There's this one called a Palermo sandwich. It's like roasted vegetables, pesto sauce, just really good. I love it. I think I said before, pesto is just like it's like sheepdog nip. It's catnip for sheepdogs. I love it. I'd eat it now if it was in front of me. I want some now. I'm talking about it. So my sandwich arrived. I literally opened the wrapper and just went, and I'm ripping through it, and then the sandwich half that was left was it had fallen open, and I thought, what the hell's that? I put my sandwich down, opened them both up. They were chock full of ham as well, and obviously I died a little inside, and I was absolutely gutted. I was so disappointed. Turns out that they just forgot they were making a vegetarian sandwich and laced a bit of Italian ham through it, like Parma ham. So I think they'd mixed up their Parma sandwich with the Palermo sandwich, which is an easy enough mistake, but it means that me coming up for 1 year without eating any meat, not anymore, which I'm really gutted about. Everyone assured me, and I know that other people say the same, that it's all about intent. That wasn't intentional, doesn't count, but I was devastated. I was so gutted. I was just sat there, really, I didn't want to make a scene, but I was really, really disappointed, really, really disappointed. I'd been kind of sensitive all morning as well because of the tiredness. Like, I felt really like I was getting a migraine at one point, and everyone was like, "You're all right, mate. You're all right, mate." And they're trying to get me drinks and trying to help me out and not exert me because I think they knew I was just tired. I was destroyed. So when this happened, they were like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine. I'm just really disappointed. So my year's up. I can't believe it. I'm never gonna get to a year now. I've got to wait another year." Everyone was like, "Nah, it still counts. You're 10 months in. You'll get to your year in January." And I was like, "But I won't. I know in my heart of hearts I've eaten meat now in this calendar year. That means I haven't done it. I have to start again." If this was Guinness World Records, they wouldn't let me have the world record, even though it's not world record, you know what I mean? They wouldn't officially give me that on January 16th because I ate meat yesterday. And so, yeah, I was heartbroken. My colleague happened to be driving over that way for his lunch, so he took the sandwich in. I rang them. I said, "I've asked for a Palermo. You've put ham in it." He was like, "Oh, I don't think we'd do that." And I was like, "Well, I'm telling you, I'm sat in front of the sandwich now. It says Palermo V on it, which makes it a vegetarian sandwich, but you've stuck ham in it." And, "I'll check the CCTV." I was like, "You don't need to check the CCTV. The sandwich is here. It's got ham in it." He said, "Well, why did you order it with extra ham if it's a vegetarian?" And I said, "We didn't. We ordered a vegetarian sandwich." I was like, "Did anybody order ham? No? Did you put ham in my sandwich?" To the guy, "No? Okay, the receipt doesn't say ham. What are you doing?" So my colleague took. I was more polite than that. I was actually really like, "Did anyone order ham? Did you put?" And he's like, "No." They all said they didn't. He was like, "Well, do you want us to?" He was like, "I can't deliver you another one for an hour. Do you want to come and get one, or do you want to get a refund?" I said, "My colleague will be coming over," and he was like, "Make him bring the sandwich." So they made my colleague take this half-eaten sandwich across Peterborough to show them in the shop. They said the woman who made it and who made the rest of them was really apologetic. Gave me a new one, come back. It was delicious, but my heart's broken at this point, and I'm wary of ordering there again. But their pesto in their sandwiches is so good, and it's a free sandwich at the end of the day when people buy me them from there. So I feel like I will, but I feel like I need to stress no meat every time now. But I came home really dejected from that, and Claire's were like, "It's okay, it's fine," and I was just like, "Ugh." But yeah, there was just more lack of sleep. More basically, Claire was in Birmingham today, so she went to bed nice and early, thinking she's got to get up early at 6, go to Birmingham for some training for a job. I had to sort out all the stuff in the morning, which I don't normally do. I normally just get up and go to work. So I said, "Right, I'll have an early night too." Lay there till blooming 1:45 again, wide awake, just thinking, "Why am I so cursed?" It might be the fact that I had the coffee to try and keep me awake in the day, and then it probably kicks in later. But I've tried to avoid coffee after lunchtime now. I don't have any after 12, and it's, I thought that'd be better, but apparently not. I'm still awake. But yeah, she went off again. So I was in such a deep sleep this morning, and she went, "I'm off now," and I was like, "No." Woke up and was like, "Okay, fair enough." Really disappointed that I was awake at that hour. Got ready and everything. Thought, right, this is a military exercise. Every morning, all I hear is like, "Emily, get up. Oliver, do this. Ben, do that." I got up and I just went like, "Emily, time to get dressed." She went straight back to sleep. I was like, "Emily, get up and get dressed, please." And she just got up and got dressed, went downstairs. Went into Ollie. He just went downstairs. Got Ben. I opened Ben's door. Ben just stood up ready. It was like, carried him off, got him all dressed. I wasn't supposed to get Ollie dressed because he normally gets dressed at his nan's, but I thought, you know what, I've got time, I'll get him dressed. And I got all ready. I was like, "Yeah, I've done it all. Everything's fine. Like, the checklist is complete." They're all loaded in. I couldn't believe it. I messaged Claire again going, "They're just being so good. They're doing everything they're supposed to do." I pretty much nailed it, except for I forgot to bring Ollie's breakfast with him, so he had to eat his nan out of house and home. And I arrived at nursery too early and they wouldn't let us in, so me and Ben were just waiting in the cold, which I felt like the worst parent ever did. I felt stupid because I didn't have a coat and I was just freezing Ben, bless him. But they let us in eventually, it was all right. But yeah, I was just, again, like, they're so well behaved for me. It's I need to be stern with them that they've got to listen to their mum because they are cheeky little monkeys with her. The second she got home, they're just like, "Whoa," I'm like, "Oh, you are cheeky." Because again, Ollie spent the whole time, he's been just obsessing over Pokemon Let's Go on his Switch. He's desperate to get the new one. I keep telling him that Santa's bringing it, and he's not getting it Friday when it comes out. He's getting it at Christmas, which is devastating for him because he has no concept that it's only 30 odd days away. Christmas Day is like, it's more than 30. It's 40 days away now, which is mad when you say it out loud. But like, let's say next week's payday, it's literally about 30 days from there. That's mad. That scared me a little bit. We need to get on to Santa and let him know. But yeah, he keeps on at me. When I've completed this, I want to play the next one. And I'm like, I'm thinking he won't complete that this month. Looked at it earlier and he's like one gym away from the end. And I'm like, oh no. I was planning on getting it when it came out, but I may have to not because he'll just be desperate for it. Although I keep going up and down. The rumours and leaks for it don't make it sound great, but I'm convinced they're going to update it on Friday when it comes out with like a patch, but I just don't know what to expect. I wish they were more transparent. They're like, as a Japanese company, they don't tell you anything and it's really frustrating. But yeah, other than that, I have had a pretty decent week in terms of work, lots of cool stuff going on, working on some big projects which have been really fun. I wanted to, kick off my week with some good videos, do some positive stuff, but obviously missed yesterday. I feel like it's probably the right thing to not do because I was a proper old misery guts, and all I kept thinking about was that damn ham sandwich ruining my run. Everyone seems really good. Claire had a great day today. She was coming down. She had like a splitting headache yesterday. I think again from the tiredness we both had. We felt rough, and I was relieved to hear that today she seems fine. She's drinking Pepsi Max Cherry a lot to help her. It helps her headache, apparently, the caffeine, and she seems much better, so that's great to see. Obviously having a day out training where they give you lunch and stuff helps as well. I'm assuming that they didn't put meat in her lunch because she didn't say anything. But yeah, all's good, all's better, everything's turning out all right. I'm hoping that if I have an early night tonight, I might actually get to sleep, but Ben's already, I've heard him get up a couple of times already. He's getting in a habit of just getting out of bed when we put him down and asking us questions, because now he can talk, he's not stopped talking. So yeah, that's that curse. It'll be another 6 months to a year before he just learns when to talk or not talk and follow the routines, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up because I'm just going off on one now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all well. Let me know how your weekend went. I'm always interested in hearing how you're getting on. Any questions, all that sort of stuff, as usual, pop it in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. I keep forgetting to say about the notifications thing, because when I don't do videos about my normal topics, so if I'm not talking about, say, the diagnosis process with Ollie or stuff like that, if I don't put those tags in, so if it's not a video about autism, then all the people who watch my autism videos don't get notified, which is bizarre and frustrating. But I get it, because if I was doing a video about Pokemon and you had no interest in Pokemon, you won't want to see it. But if you want to see my videos regardless, hit it, because then you will. So yeah, sorted. I'm sure you all know this better than me because you watch it all the time and I'm only making stuff for it. But anyway, thought I'd say it and get it out there. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.